Nikki and Sue Rolfe are sisters. They both work as sales assistants in the sort of shop you can find in most high streets or shopping precincts, a chain store. Work starts at 8:45, although the store isn't open for customers until 9, as there's a lot of preparation to be done first. One morning each week, the store opens half an hour later than usual to allow staff training.
Training this morning is follow-up on display and handling of goods. We've made 10 deliberate mistakes on the shirt counter, and I'd like you to go round and find them and list them on your sheet of paper.
All sales staff received a basic training when they started. Company policy and procedures were explained, and the staff learned how to complete all the necessary stock forms and practiced using the cash till.
You give me one then. We've done that one already.
The weekly sessions continue the training. It could be a film on hygiene, or like this one, practice in setting out the counter correctly.
Right. How many mistakes did you find on the back end here? Four.
Yeah.
Name one.
Wrong sign.
Wrong size.
Wrong size. Wrong shoes.
New line, sorry.
Actually, that is a new line.
Yeah, but it's only got one on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wrong shirts.
Yeah, you've got a wrong sign, you've got a nylon on a polyester.
And it's the slim fit, not totally fit.
What else? Also, we've left one out
Yeah.
on the end there.
shirts.
There's no, which there should be, as you all know. We didn't do many around the other side, actually, other than changed a few colours round that shouldn't have been there and left holes where it shouldn't be first thing in the morning. So actually, considering, I think you've done quite well. Can you now go back and rectify it all as the store's opening?
In a store like this, there are also several jobs behind the scenes in such places as the stock room. Roger Driscoll is 17. His first job was in the building trade. Now he's a store porter.
Found out that it was a entirely different thing to what I was thinking, but it's a pretty enjoyable job. Well, I thought you just might have to stand outside a door or something, you know. I mean, like porters usually do, you know, a few things, but it wasn't like that anyway. The job involves doing mainly a lot of things in the store, general duties, keeping it tidy, clean, looking after the freight, fetching freight in, and a lot of responsibilities. That part of the job, I think, is very interesting, and it's good to learn. There is a fair amount of paperwork on the general duty side, then it's just stock orders and cleaning up. Because sometimes it is a bit dirty, but you've got your ovals, so keep them clean. OK, Francis, you can take these now.
Sorry, Rog.
We're not really cut off because a lot of people have got to come through the stockroom or up to the stockroom. It's where it all is, so they've all got to come up to get their own, draw their own stock or come and get anything they want. Well, you don't always get the same thing day after day. Everything is different in little ways, you know. Just the main food, putting food away and deliveries and that, it's just the same thing all day. But it's not boring because it's different and it changes day by day, you know.
Alan McKeever also works behind the scenes in the food preparation department. The food is kept in the cold store, and it's Alan's job to prepare the trays of bacon, cold meats and cheese for the counters in the food hall. He was taught the right way to display the food when he started the job. When the food is needed by the assistants on the sales floor, Alan has to take it down. In the food hall, the sales assistants spend time on several counters during the day. The day starts on the bacon counter for 16-year-old Sue Rolfe. At school, Sue had a different career in mind.
I didn't plan on having this job, first of all. When I was at school, I wanted to be a nursery nurse. Found out you had to be about 18. The careers lady, she said it would be best to fill in the 2 years with shop work, because you get to know all the people's moods and what they act like outside the home.
Getting on with people is vital in the sales assistant's job.
Can I help you?
Size 12 is this?
This is a 10 to 12.
Yeah, that's it. And is it £3.99?
Yeah.
I was just wondering whether I'd buy that for my daughter.
Most people are a bit scared to come up to you and ask. I know I am when I go in a shop.
Yeah, well, these are quite big, you can see.
Are they too big, really?
No, not really.
What's the size on 10 to 12?
Yeah. This is a 10.
Sometimes I feel a little bit nervous as well. I like to help the customer. I like to put them at ease. It's not very nice for you if you're shy, but if you like talking and enjoy it, then there's no problem.
No, it's supposed to be like that. Then you can put a polo neck underneath it.
Well, wear a blouse.
We have to be polite and pleasant to them. Now we have to help them as much as we can.
10 to 12.
10 to 12.
We've got to look neat and tidy. I mean, you can't just come in wearing anything. It wouldn't look right to the customers for a start. It wouldn't look right with the store.
That'd be the best one.
It's wrong. You got to take out from this cut by another two.
When I first came, I used to like it, you know, pressing in the buttons. I prefer to stay on the counters, because if you're on the till, you don't seem to do much. On the counters, you're rushing about from one place to the other, and it goes quick. It's 91, please. If there's just one till, it's quite busy. But if you look up and you see this great big queue, and you feel a bit funny, you know, because they think that you're slow. You try to hurry it, and then you do overpresses, or give the wrong change out. It's £1.65, please. People can give you more money, and you give them it back and they say, oh, you're nice and honest. Because you wouldn't like people to think that you're crooked or anything. We get trusted with the keys to get money out of the floats, and you feel happy about that. 70 change. Before I started this job, I was quite shy. Now I can just say anything. I don't feel funny anymore.
17-year-old Pauline Farmer is a supervisor. She started in the store as a sales assistant, but just 6 months later was promoted after being successful in various tests and interviews. Her work often takes her up to the general office. Here, there are also opportunities for school leavers as office juniors.
I've got a couple of queries on this, and you can look at it, and then I'll put together once I've had the break. Okay, right. I didn't think I'd get it because I thought I was too young, really, to apply. I thought they'd think the same. Obviously, they didn't. I decided to give it a go, and they said if I went away for training, that'd be fine. You have to sort of decide, this has got to be done. Checking catalogues, make sure the tools are correctly, got enough change in them, they're working correctly, making sure that the girls are happy while they're doing their job. The departments are running smoothly, and normally you just give a hand if there's an emergency.
Yeah, you can have that one done. I'll bring the next ones up after lunch. Okay, right, thanks.
Well, lunchtimes we come up, we clock out, and we go and get our dinner, which is reasonably cheap and it's good food. After we've ate that, we just go over and play table tennis, play records, because we've got our own record gram, and put the radio on, or play darts. you know, speak to the girls. We tried to get a football team, and there's actually not enough boys around to play football.
You know, with the greaseproofers? Oh, at first I didn't like it at all. I was scared to go on it, cutting the cheese and that lot, but now I sort of know what half a pound is and a pound. It's all right being on there by myself.
46p.
It's better than seeing the same faces every day. Some of the customers are quite chatty, you know, they have a laugh with you and that lot, and other people can be moody.
Half, and can I just have a slice?
What, of Irish?
Yeah.
You don't want to get germs on the food, you know. People probably don't like you handling it because they've got to eat it.
Is that too much?
You've got to make sure you haven't got dirty hands or fingernails, or your hair isn't falling in, but you try to keep tidy as you go along. You usually start off on one counter and you get a queue, and then it works up to a queue all the way around the counter, and you don't know who's first or who's last, you don't know where the queue starts from. I usually have to ask them, and then they start arguing at who's first.
25p.
Much of Roger Driscoll's day is spent in the loading bay.
Pretty colleague for one. Well, the responsibilities of checking in freight. If you take it off the lorry, you've got to sign a signature to it. You've got to get the right amount of parcels. You haven't got to sign for anything less than what you've got. You've got to pass it upstairs. So it holds a lot of responsibility because it could be money that you're losing for the company. All of a sudden you might get 3 or 4 lorries coming at one time. You've got to ask them to wait, or otherwise they could get a bit nasty and say, I haven't got time to wait. You just have to ask them to leave and come back later on. Most of the lorry drivers are friendly, but we're not supposed to make friends with them because they're easy for the catch, you see. They're always after catching you, because otherwise they could sort of fiddle you and slip a box back onto their lorry or give you the wrong stuff and make you sign for it, distract you, you know. Sometimes you could lose up to £300 on parcels.
40? Yeah.
You're on your feet all day, and when you first start you feel a bit tired for the first couple of weeks, but afterwards you get used to it.
Grab the other end, Rick.
You enjoy your work because you've got friends around you, so it makes it a lot easier. And the lifting stuff, some of it's heavy and some of it's light. I think if you work as a team, then you get the jobs done a lot easier, the manager's more satisfied with you. But if you're always arguing and things like that and don't get on and don't help each other, you're never going to get anything done.
Nikki Rolfe is responsible for collecting her own stock from the stockroom. It's just part of a very busy day.
Well, it's an energetic job. You're standing on your feet all day. You've got lots of running around to do. Sometimes you have to reach up to the top shelf and I have to stand on the bins and just pull it down. But it doesn't really affect me now. I mean, I'm just used to it, you know, running and stretching.
Pricing her stock is just one of the many activities which are part of Nikki's job. Everything connected with her 2 counters is Nikki's responsibility. She must make sure there's enough stock on display and that it's neat and tidy, and order new stock when it's needed. Nikki makes a regular count of each item of stock so that she knows exactly how much has been sold. Nikki also has to take her turn on the cash till, where she takes over from Michael Burlinson. Michael is the only male sales assistant in this shop. Indeed, there aren't any at all in some stores. However, it is a job which is open to both men and women. Michael works in the menswear department, and many customers here prefer to be served by a man.
£5.50, please. Oh, I like it. I really enjoy it. I mean, it gives you a chance to rest your feet for a start. 5:50, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just like contact people, you know? Like going that bad. It's 2.25, please. You have to be careful, yeah. You have to watch what you're doing, otherwise you'll end up with an overpress. Say, for instance, you're not listening or you're not watching what you're doing. You'll press the wrong button, well, you'll ring the amount in again. You have to ring the bell for your supervisor. They'll sign the till roll, and you keep the receipt, and then you have to sign an overpress slip. Yeah, give them the receipt back.
Well, you've got to be able to be cheerful all the time, whether you are or not. You've got to be able to listen to the girls so that you pick up their grievances as well as everybody else's. Just be able to deal tactfully with the customers. They're surprised at your age. They expect you to be about 30. They're okay, but you've got to remember that they're the customer. And the customer is right all the time.
Yes, Maureen?
This customer's got a query on the price. She says the sweater is $2.99 and it's priced at $3.99.
Why is the jumpers on the counter at $2.99 when the ticket is big enough and I bring it over here and you say that they're $3.99?
Well, occasionally you just get a customer will pick it up and then she'll move it and put it somewhere else. But if you do look further along the counter, you'll find that the jumper you've just purchased is in fact $3.99.
Well, they really shouldn't be on that counter at $2.99,
well, it just depends if they get
the ticket
moved.
is big enough,
Occasionally
isn't it?
does happen.
Well, you can see the ticket from here, can't you? I mean, the
Well,
ticket is
if you
big
go
enough,
to the
it's got
place where the jumpers
$2.99.
normally are, you'll find that it is $3.99 and there is a sign there
Well,
to say so.
I wish you would put them where they should normally be.
Well, they get
Not
moved
there.
occasionally by a customer or even the kids that come in.
Oh, yeah. All right, then, I'll have it this time.
Okay.
I'm over here to pay for the jumper and you expect to pay $2.99. You don't expect to pay £3.99 when it says over there $2.99,
Well,
do
occasionally
you?
they do get moved by customers who decide they don't want them.
Well, I wish you try
That just
to
happens.
make sure that they don't.
The people Christine Pavey meets in her job are easier to deal with. They're dummies. Christine is a display dresser, and she prepares window displays and assembles material for use on the sales floors. For this job, qualifications and training are desirable, and an interest in clothes and design essential. Towards the end of the day, the number of customers dwindles. Work becomes less hectic. Sue cleans the counters and takes the cheese to the coal store.
Well, sometimes you're relieved when it's slack, but I think it's much better if you have something to do, because I don't feel as if I'm earning my money if I'm not doing anything. You get money for doing a job, and if you're not doing anything, well, it's not really worth getting paid.
The store closes to customers at 5:30, but for the staff, there's still another 15 minutes work to be done. 72. 72. For all the staff here, most of the day is spent on their feet, and it's not always easy to remain cheerful and polite to customers, some of whom can be quite difficult. But the work is varied, there's the satisfaction of dealing with people, and there's responsibility.